Wow. Fani Willis, whoo, whatever her name is. She was playing the white man's game and got caught up in it. I'm gonna make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share the video. This is Melanie King going in.
News, guys. Breaking news. It is over for Fani Willis. Terrence Bradley, the former law partner of Nathan Wade. Nathan Wade is Fani Willis's paramour, boyfriend, whatever you want to call it. She's also his subordinate and who she hired to be one of the co-counsels to prosecute Trump in his RICO trial and the co-defendants in Georgia, in Fulton County. But this is what's happened. The former law partner, Terrence Bradley, met with the judge, was ordered with the judge to meet with him in chambers, and he was ordered to actually tell the judge what he knew of the timeline of Nathan Wade and Fani Willis's relationship. Previously on the stand, he had claimed attorney-client privilege and that he cannot speak on anything regarding their relationship because when Nathan Wade decided to divorce his wife back in 2015 or so, I think 2017 is when he said he hired Terrence Bradley, his former, and then they became law partners or were law partners before that. But he hired Terrence Bradley to actually be one of his lawyers for his divorce case. So if he hired him, then he has attorney-client privilege. That means you can't say anything. You can't divulge any secrets or any information that your client tells you when you're that representing that person in a court of law. So he basically has been claiming, when he testified last week, he was claiming attorney-client privilege. He couldn't speak on really anything about their relationship. He was very evasive. The man looked like he was going to have a heart attack, honestly, when he was on the stand. But this is the thing you need to understand about Terrence Bradley. Even though he was in court and claimed attorney-client privilege, he was trying to protect Nathan Wade and Fani Willis. But then the states who represented Nathan Wade and Fani Willis and really the case against Trump, the state was trying to protect their case. And in Fani Willis' side, they actually started attacking him and brought up that he had sexual assault or sexual misconduct charges. And that is why he actually ended up having to part ways with Nathan Wade, whether they dissolved their partnership. But he still was under attorney-client privilege, so-called. That's what he kept claiming. So when he got on the stand, he kept his mouth shut for the most part about the timeline of the relationship, protecting them. But they still went after him. This is why they went after him. Guess who kicked off this entire investigation into Nathan Wade and Fani Willis' secret love affair? Terrence Bradley. Why was that? Because he called or he used a third party to get in touch with one of Trump's co-defendants' lawyers and tell them and let them know that, hey, there is an issue going on that you need to know about that's going to help your case. That Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, I get these names confused. Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, the DA, who's the district attorney, and then the head prosecutor on the Trump case that she hired, they actually are lovers, and they have been lovers since before he was actually hired for this case. So what happened with that? So he actually kicked it off. Even though he tried to walk it back, it looks like something happened behind the scenes that scared him. He was too afraid to tell the truth because you know how they get to you, threaten him, whatever may have happened. I don't know. He was afraid he's going to lose his law license. He has to still work in Fulton County in Atlanta. His reputation, his friendships, all those things could have been ruined. But I think he originally told the counsel for Trump's co-defendants, told them this because it was his revenge. And we saw the revenge happen as well with Fani Willis's ex-friend, who also...
Man, Fani is a cold piece of work. I told y'all on the last video. Make sure y'all go check out that last video I posted of her. And I predicted that by her being on the stand, the energy that she was giving off. This is crazy, man. Black people, we got to get it together, man. Like, this is crazy. Over here, bojangling for the massa, and then the massa going against you. Man, see, these people are not your friends.
who confirmed on the stand through video testimony, actually said that Fani Willis and Nathan Wade's relationship began in the fall of 2019, shortly after they met. Why is this important? This is their personal business, right? Well, this is the issue. Basically,
getting kickbacks. That I'm gonna tell you what it is. From the last video, they was trying to figure out where she was getting the money from, and he knows the details. And this is what's going to be crucial to the case, is because she's going to be charged for receiving kickbacks, getting paid. And if that blows the roof off of this case, which I hope it does, because Young Thug is going to have access at getting freed. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm not an advocate of black on black crime. Like I don't want to see anybody out here, killing one another. Period. Any person. Period. I don't support crime. Period. But I don't wish jail or death on nobody. And I hope that Young Thug. I also hope that Lucci and all of them brothers, seeing what they went through and how people flip on you and change. I hope that they can, get out of these places and get in tune and get their life in order.
Basically, when she hired Nathan Wade in November of 2021, they have both stated that the relationship really didn't begin until 2022. Really between February and April of 2022 is what they're both saying. This is important because it cannot look like she hired her boyfriend.
I'm going to tell you what Fani messed up at. Fani should have never jumped her overzealous behind on that stand and got to talking about she was pacing around, and she should have never did that. And then I don't know if they were forced to talk because of their lawyers, but I would have pled the fifth, both of them.
Basically, nepotism hired her boyfriend in order to get him this job as a favor or as a way to enrich herself, because not only did she hire him, he was underqualified. The man who was actually she hired 3 different prosecutors. One of the prosecutors that she hired, he's like an expert in RICO cases, but she didn't even put him in charge. Didn't pay him the most. The other person that she hired was another attorney that had done a lot of trials in court, had been in court a lot. It was familiar with this type of work. Didn't pay that woman the most. Who did she pay the most? She paid Nathan Wade almost $700,000. Her boyfriend, nearly $700,000. I believe it's 5 to 6 times more than the other people that she hired. And he was not qualified. He was an attorney, but he had never prosecuted a RICO case. He had never done this type of work. He wasn't really a trial lawyer like that. And so he was the least qualified, but he was the highest paid. And so it's important.
That sound familiar? It sounds like white privilege to me. You try to use black privilege in a white system, this is what happens.
For the look's sake, that she didn't hire her boyfriend then, so they're claiming that the relationship didn't start till months after she hired him. So then it doesn't look like she was trying to really profit from prosecuting Trump. And this is what it looks like. This is what they're saying. They're saying she hired her boyfriend to enrich herself and him so that they can, and paid him the most so they can make the most money so they can live high off the hog. And the only reason they're prosecuting Trump in this way is so that they can enrich themselves. So
that nigga he looked like he was pissed. They fired him. They probably talked bad to him too. It was probably Fani and the dude was probably did him dirty, and he got back. He got some get back. Like, yeah, I'm finna snitch. He went and told Master. That's what y'all get. Y'all all serve the same master, and y'all running behind each other back. Can't even Keep it a secret.
She can enrich herself and her boyfriend. And that is why it's important. Not only that, but they've perjured themselves not through a written affidavit, but also on the stand. Are you guys tracking with?
They should have never, ever, ever, ever. And she was just talking too much, which showed a lack of experience to me. I'm like, why is Fani talking? She's the DA.
So yes,
I told you, I called it.
It's her personal life, and normally who cares? But the issue is she by hiring a man that she had a sexual relationship with, and then this is the thing. Maybe if they were boyfriend, girlfriend, had a sexual relationship, that could be one thing. They have gone on trips, dinners, all types of things through the funds that Nathan Wade was paid through the DA's office. The same funds that Fani Willis was paying him in order to prosecute Trump. And Fani Willis was going on these trips with him. He was paying for these trips with his business card, even though these were not business trips, business dinners. None of this was business, but he used his business card. He paid for the vast majority of these things through his credit card. How did Fani Willis repay him so it doesn't look like she was benefiting from these funds? Because she can't receive any benefits from these funds. If she went on a trip with him, she would have to pay her own way 100%. So what happened instead? She claims, did she use her credit card to pay for these trips? No. Did he pay for it and then she gave him the money back through Zelle, Cash App, one of these various ways that
Why did Trump said, that's a lot of cash. Donald Trump said, he said, it's a whole lot of cash they've been passing.
Most people use to pay somebody back, PayPal, all those different things. No. She claims that she keeps a lot of cash in the house so that she paid him back the straight cash. Just straight cash. Cash that she just kept in the house. She didn't have receipts taking it out the bank. She can't show where she withdrew this money or anything like that.
Yeah,
she just has kept cash in the house.
That.
And she even admitted on the stand that she had kept some of the cash from her campaign and kept it for personal use, which is also illegal. So not only was she being enriched by going on trips with this man, and not only did she lie under oath and on her affidavit that the relationship started well after she hired him, and that was a lie, but she perjured herself with all of these things. So then we having tax issues. She's just receiving campaign embezzlement. There's so many layers to this that she admitted when she got on the stand.
Talking too much. That was immature. That was unprofessional. Like in terms of being a district attorney, knowing that you're not supposed to be talking like that and to do that, that's crazy.
That it is absolutely insane. This is why it matters. This impropriety. This is straight up political corruption. No matter what you think of Trump, no matter what you think of the case, what you have to understand right now, if it was that important to the people of Georgia, if it was that important to Fulton County, if that was that important to Fani Willis, why in the world would she jeopardize this very important case by hiring her boyfriend, a man she had been sleeping with for several years before this trial, before she hired him, and not only hire him, but then go on trips with him through the funds that she pay him the most, even though he was the most unqualified person to actually do this job, pay him the most, and then enrich herself by going on trips, and then claim she paid him in cash, and some of that cash was embezzled and taken from her campaign funds.
Well, this is the issue too. Like, you got too many people involved, Fani. Like, you got your mom, you got the people that know him, the people that know, like, that was the last person you were supposed to use. Like, you could have parlayed that play with somebody else, with another attorney, you know what I'm saying, that you wasn't having sex with and still got paid. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, you know, like, it's the game. Everybody know politics is full of tricks, right? Everybody know the game ain't what it is, what it's proclaimed to be. Everything ain't how it looks. So we know that. We know that there's a lot of manipulation, there's a lot of lies, and a lot of, kickbacks and things of that nature. But the thing that you have to understand is that you can't be messy. You can't be talking bad about people and dogging them out and then thinking that they gonna keep their mouth shut. You got to take care of your people. Like, I think that's probably what a lot of white people do better than black people is realize that, hey, I need to, tighten up these loose ends in terms of the people that need to be taken care of so that they can keep their mouth shut. And it just amazes me that she would have all of those loose ends and still not handle that correctly. But the icing on the cake is getting on stand and just talking too much. Like, that's, man.
You see how this doesn't make sense? So I had to give you guys that synopsis. It was long-winded because I had to catch some of you guys up, because a lot of people say this is her personal life. Who cares? And blah, blah, blah. It does matter. It does matter. If she cared this much, she should have never gone down this road. But let's take a look at this really quickly. After my long spiel, hopefully you guys can understand that. But it says the judge has now ordered that the law partner of Nathan must testify about Wade's relationship with Willis. A judge has determined that Nathan Wade's former law partner and divorce lawyer must tell the court what he knows about the special prosecutor's relationship with District Attorney Fani Willis, a decision that could produce more bombshell testimony as defense attorneys seek to disqualify the DA from prosecuting the Fulton County election interference case. Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee's chambers notified attorneys in the case by email late Monday that certain communications Terrence Bradley had with Wade are not protected by attorney-client privilege.
Wow. So, Trump's done it again. I'm not sure what the outcome of this case is going to be. I will definitely keep you guys updated. Also, go check out the previous video, like I said, about Fani, and you'll see some of my predictions coming true. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and also share the video. Bill Moore Reacts. Peace.